Good afternoon, folks. Chief Meteorologist Nick Lilia here with a look at your tropical update for July 23rd of 2019. That's really funny. I actually almost just said 2017. Again, brought to you by the good folks at Pine Belt Gutters. Big thanks to them for, like always, for helping us out with these things. Right now into the Gulf of Mexico, not really much. You can see kind of a blow-up of convection here just off the Louisiana and Texas coast, kind of loosely associated with a cold front that's sliding through the area. Because of that, the National Hurricane Center is actually highlighting this area for a chance of development through the next 5 days as this cold front moves through and falls apart into the Gulf of Mexico. No invest or anything on it yet, but an area of interest as we head through the next, again, 5 days. Out into the Caribbean, not really much. A little bit of shear out here. Got a little bit of troughiness happening across parts of the eastern Caribbean toward the greater Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico. Outside of that, not really much doing. We've got one wave, which is sliding by to the west, down just off to the northeast of the northern coast of South America. A lot of cardinal directions there. And then actually a pretty decent looking wave coming off of the African coast. Not much doing with this as we head through the next couple of days. In fact, let's take a look at the 700 millibar moisture, 850 vorticity map of note on here. Their cold front back here. It's kind of a weak sauce front, but look at all the dry air in the mid-levels back in behind this. This is why whatever does get into the Gulf of Mexico as of now only has a 20% chance of development, because for the most part there's enough dry air back here as well as a little bit of shear into the southern Gulf of Mexico that whatever does happen down here is probably going to be hard-pressed to really get moving. Again, 20% chance. We keep an eye on things, but as of now, not a major concern. And then the little wave that I was just talking about actually shows up pretty well on this map, but notice that not really much happens with this as we head through the next few days. There's just so much dry air out here right now that any waves that do come off really struggle to develop. And then we've got a little bit of shear and troughiness. You can actually see how the dry air kind of dips down like that. So we got a little bit of troughiness kind of right in here. So even if they do survive for whatever reason all the way through the open Atlantic to the Caribbean, well, with the trough action here, they kind of get eaten up. Back here closer to home, whatever may happen off the coast with that 20% chance, really not much ends up happening with that at all as we head through the end of July and into the first couple of days of August, and then our attention turns again back off and into the open Atlantic as yet another wave, and then another one back in behind that drifts off the coast of Africa. But with all the dry air out here, overall, not really a big concern. So there's your tropical update for July 23rd of 2019. Again, brought to you by the good folks at Pine Belt Gutters. As of now, not a huge concern out there in the tropics between the area of interest and off the coast of Africa.